Welcome to First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
I'm Brianna, and this is the start of my fourth wing journey.
And I'm Kendra, an experienced dragon rider here to help this first year. Just a quick note, this book contains explicit content, including swearing, sex, violence, and death. And so will this podcast. And this specific episode does have violence.
Some sexual tension.
You definitely think about it.
Yeah.
Today we are going to finish chapter 8 and do chapter 9.
Yes, I had the equivalent of 2 chapters of notes on just chapter 9, so that's probably all we're going to get to in an hour.
Yeah. Okay, good. Let's do this.
Great. So last episode, we ended off right before the first challenge began. So we have her just really, really nervous, and she's watching Rhiannon fight, and that's how we start this scene.
Good. All right, so we basically kind of start out with Dane saying that Jack's going to try to kill her, right?
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, and apparently he was talking with friends, and they think that she's a liability to the wing, which, is just an excuse.
Yeah, right?
Whatever, right?
Like, based on what exactly? Like, a bunch of the sparring matches I'm sure that half the people lost their sparring matches because that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, they know that she's, short and that there is some weakness there. They must know something, you know what I mean? Or what they perceive as weakness,
She is
But
tiny.
Still, this is just Jack. I mean, he was going to kill her before he even knew her. Like he saw her and he's like, oh, I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean? So he's just making up excuses. But
Definitely.
Dane is worried about it, and she is watching Oren, who is the person she's supposed to fight, and notices that he's got a greenish twinge around his complexion. So we know that she's used poison, right?
Yes.
And
it's starting
she talked
to work.
about, yeah. She talks about how she got her dragon scale vest on, and all of her daggers are sheathed, and she hopes that she can add one more to her collection.
Right, which was a line that confused me because I didn't know what that meant. But then it quickly kind of gets into the fact that when you lose, you get your dagger taken from you, and that's like the sign that you lost. So it's not to the death, it's just to the dagger.
I think you have to yield.
Yeah, and then
but you can take the person's dagger, right?
Yeah, it seems like they all do, or she does with everyone until Xaden.
Yeah, it might be a disarming thing. Like she might have to disarm them to get that, but yeah.
But she takes them.
Yeah, she keeps them. Yeah, this is how you earn daggers.
Yeah, so it made sense why now she had multiple empty sheaths that was given to her by her sister. Because in the very beginning, it mentioned that she had 8 daggers or however many, and multiple empty sheaths. And I was like, okay, I didn't think much of it then, but now I'm like, oh, that makes
it was
sense.
her 4 daggers that she had. That's what she crossed the parapet with.
Right. Sorry, she probably has 8 by the time she fights Xaden.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. So, Rhiannon beats the second wing's first year. And then, so this is where, we see that she removes a dagger at his side. So she took it and said, this is mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, good. It seems like this is how you prove that you've won, whatever. I mean, I guess you don't have to take it, because when Xaden fights her, he does take them all, but he doesn't keep them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's probably no rule that says you must keep the daggers, but most people are going to. Xaden obviously is... He's like, I don't need your silly... He's like, I don't need your silly dagger. But we're jumping ahead because we don't have Xaden yet.
No.
Okay, so we have this... So then we have this scene where Jack is being Jack and giving her trouble. And she decides to take Xaden's advice.
Yeah, I'm like, Dane... I'm so confused. It's like he hasn't been here for a year. It's like... Does he not know how the dynamics of this place work? The social dynamics. I don't understand why he thinks this is the best way for her to be safe.
I think he's just so, overly emotional that he's not thinking straight in regards to her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she gets to do this great maneuver where she throws both of her daggers. One lands almost close to nicking his ear and the other one an inch beneath his balls. I mean, I get it. It's cute and everything, but is there a reason she didn't just hit him? I don't know. But she's definitely showing him, haha, I can actually do something. Oh, yeah, because he's like saying something about how she's delicate, and then she pulls out her daggers and throws them, right?
Yep, and fear widens his eyes.
Yep.
He had it coming.
Yep.
God, he sucks.
So that's kind of nice. You get a little bit of a kind of like, yes, finally Jack gets something.
Yes. And then Dane's all upset at her, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't. It clearly worked too. Like, how is he?
Right. Like, obviously, Jack was scared of her at that moment, and she's like, laying low is not getting me anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she's right. Also, I think she feels better like this. Like, this is just better for her confidence and better, just better overall for how she feels. You know what I mean? And to stand up for herself.
And like a warning to these other guys too, because as we learn later, she's a target for multiple different people.
Yeah, exactly. So then we get Xaden.
Who has a hint of smile on his lips.
So she sees that he was watching her, so he obviously saw what happened.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And Rhiannon also saw it and was like, badass.
Yeah. Oh, Dane. It's like he doesn't understand, but he does understand, so it's either what you think, or he's hoping she'll get so scared that she'll finally take his advice. Oh. Like, maybe he's purposely giving her bad advice so that she is failing, so that she'll leave. Because he really doesn't think she's able to survive.
Oh, it's just possible, for sure.
It would be really, cunning.
That would be.
I don't know. I'm just like, you've been here a whole year.
Yeah. Yeah, he should know better. Okay, so now it's her turn to fight Orin, and she notices that he's looking green. He makes his comment also about her being a hazard to her wing, and we know that he's like a friend with Jack, so therefore he's obviously trying to kill her. I mean, does that not say that? Sorry.
Yeah, basically. It does.
Yeah. So then anyways, they fight. And, he's not feeling well and he's, not doing a good job. And she tries to get him to yield and he says no. And then he barfs. And then it's like, yeah, he yields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is gross and terrible, but smart. Very smart. Yeah. Also, I had this exact thought in my head right here, which was if they keep getting sick while she's fighting them, that will definitely be suspicious. And then I said, well, I guess if she poisons them, and they all have different effects, which then she very much does right after this. We find that out. But I was like, it's gonna be suspicious. Right? Someone's gonna figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then it kind of goes through this thing of her poisoning all of her next several opponents, right?
Yes.
It goes through several, it talks about what type of mushroom she's using and its hallucinogenic properties. And this root that she's using and these leaves. I mean, so she goes through this whole thing. You get to learn about poisons. In each one, he talks about what happens and you kind of just go through these 5 matches and she gets, I guess, their
daggers.
The dagger every time, whatever. Yeah, I think they're all daggers. I think when they're sparring, it's all daggers.
Yeah, because it's such close combat. I guess having a sword would be weird.
Yeah.
Or anything else.
Yeah, this is not swordplay, so.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, so she's taken down 5 of them without killing them, and she's kind of proud of herself about the not killing part. She's like, that not many other people can say that, because she mentions that there's so many 20 more names have been added to the death roll, and that sounds like it's from challenges, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we know that people die between challenges from falling off the cliff or whatever, so some of them could be from people being
or
stupid.
Falling in the river.
That's what I meant. Yeah, down the ravine. Because it's like a ravine.
It's a ravine, that's true. Yeah, but then she does something wrong with her poison at one point, and the person gets sick too soon, and this is when Xaden steps in, like, oh, I'll step in, which I'm just like, is that normal? The wing leader's like, I'll step in on this challenge.
I mean, it seems like the teacher then feels like, oh, it really is just a teaching thing. Right. Because that doesn't seem like an even matchup at all. But this is where I ended chapter 8 and stopped reading because we were going to do 7 and 8 together. So I have a whole page full of what I thought would happen because I hadn't read past this.
Oh, wow.
So I think I'm going to say what I was thinking when I had not read even one sentence of chapter 9 yet.
No, for sure, because that's what we want to hear.
Yeah. But usually when I do 2 chapters, I'll just like get to the next one really fast. I won't do like a list of predictions. So here we go. I said if I'm right, this won't be too bad, this fight. Like he's not going to try to kill her. And then I said he has already figured out the poison thing, I'm sure. But what will his little club think if he doesn't kill her? I'd like to believe he's going to make it seem like she's stronger than she is to make people like Jack back off since he said he owed her one. So that was my thought. I thought that he was like, okay, she's clearly using poisons. People are going to figure this out. So maybe I can make her seem like she's really strong by like skillfully losing. Or like not even losing, but just like make it seem like she has better moves than she does.
Yeah.
So that other people don't get suspicious of the poisoning. That's not what happened, but that would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been
smart.
cool. And then I said that's probably too good to be true. I didn't even really believe it, but it would have been great. Also, when I had finished reading the chapter and I was, thinking of all my theories, a thought popped into my head because I remembered we were talking about the generals and who outranks who and how do the generals work? Are they all the same?
Mm-hmm.
But then I remembered that little blurb that we read a few chapters ago about how Lilith said she was going to be defying direct orders by not going along with Melgren's plan to kill the parents in front of their children, which must mean Melgren's above her, like outranks her, otherwise he wouldn't be able to give her direct orders.
Huh, interesting. I never thought about that.
And then I was thinking, well, isn't there like a 1-star general, a 2-star general? I know those terms, but I wonder if like that's kind of how it is. Like they're both generals, but Melgren's more like a 4-star general or something. I don't know, but that was kind of proof that Lilith is outranked by Melgren.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So just a random thought because I remember us talking about that and me being like, wait, I think we have proof.
Yeah, well, let's keep an eye on it as we go through the book, see if there's any other kind of indications.
Yeah.
Okay, great. My favorite line is the very top of this chapter where she says, "I will not die today."
Yep. It is from her own book.
And from her addendum to the Book of Brennan.
Yeah.
Okay, so now in chapter 9, we start out with Xaden and her doing the challenge. Although, it's not like a full, complete challenge, obviously, because he is 3rd year and she's
I think
a 1st year.
Everyone here knows that he could kill her. Although not that you do the challenges to the death, but he's clearly actually teaching her.
Yeah. Yeah, and Professor Amaretto mentions that by saying you're all in for a treat. Xaden's one of the best fighters we have. Watch and learn. So he's saying like this is going to be a learning thing.
Yeah.
And of course she's like, of course you are.
But I still feel like a good teacher would have stopped this despite him thinking it's a teaching moment or whatever, because this is a known ruthless rebellion fighter. Like, Dad was the great betrayer against a Sorengale.
Right, the daughter of the one who, executed. Yeah.
I feel like he could have just been like, no, maybe not.
Totally. He's the professor. Xaden is just a student. He's still a student. Yeah.
I think a good teacher would have stopped it. Luckily, it turns out fine, but no one else, like, outside of the two of them know that they have this, like, separate dynamic that started when they, like, met in the woods or whatever. So, from anyone's perspective, it's like, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on.
Although, just like Hogwarts, Basgiath is obviously the safest place to be.
I thought you were going to say, the teachers are very neglectful. Like,
the teachers,
their kids in danger all the time.
Obviously care about their students, just like Hogwarts. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. They are going to fight? Question mark? I love how Dane, is like all, like, what the heck? And Xaden is like, relax, and gives him this look, this like glare, which is so cute that Violet is like, oh, wow. He's been taking it easy on me for glaring because like that was an intense glare.
I know. I was like, oh, so cute. But also this line, she'll be in one piece when I'm finished teaching her. I said, I said, also the line teaching seems to hold sexual tension, but maybe that's just my imagination. But it
I mean,
really was not.
this whole quote unquote challenge has sexual
This
tension.
is like the sexiest fight that's ever happened. It's really funny. And the whole time I'm just like, what is Imogen thinking, right? Because Imogen is right there
She
with an
is.
obvious crush on Zayden. And I'm like, this is so... I made comments like Jack is gonna totally like ambush her in a hallway or something, or like accidentally find her alone and try to kill her. But now I'm like, that's gonna be Imogen. If anyone's gonna ambush her secretly, it's gonna be Imogen. This is so much fuel to her already hatred fire.
My goodness, yeah.
Oh, I mean, she is jealous of Imogen already, and there's no good reason for that. At least Imogen
Right.
and Zayden are actually close. Like, to Imogen, she probably thinks she has a real chance, and yet here's Violet being like, the bitter, illogical taste of jealousy fills my mouth, but there's no time to examine that particular oddity.
I mean, she literally knows it's jealousy. Like, what is she thinking?
She's just in such denial. Or
Total.
she's just like, I just don't have time to deal with the fact that I'm being an idiot.
Yeah.
Having feelings for him.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
can't.
Yeah, we actually get a little more on that later.
Yep.
That reminds me of a fun line in here. Okay, so he takes off his daggers, not hers, and she's like, oh, you don't think you'll need those? You know, trying to be all cocky and sure of herself. But he's like, nope, not when you brought enough for the both of us. And I could just read this whole thing. It's so good, but we can't do that.
I know.
But basically, they get into this, you know, little fake fight because they're not really fighting, and he obviously doesn't let her get very far. But she keeps trying. There's like this one line where he says, oh, you're going for blood today. Are we violence? Oh, and he calls her violence.
And he calls her it again later, and I'm
Yes.
like, I don't hate this nickname. That's kind of cute.
Yes. Yeah. She tries to correct him. She's like, my name is Violet.
Yeah. And then he goes, I think my version fits you better.
Right.
But it just folds perfectly into this, like, him believing she can actually be here and actually do this a lot more than Dane does.
Yeah.
Even by that little nickname.
Right. Yeah. He's definitely showing that he sees in her this ability that she has to be able to fight, you know?
And we know he doesn't coddle, so he must really, like, the fact that he's even going out of his way to teach her to be better must mean that he sees the potential.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would just be like, well, she's dead.
Yeah.
So.
And not care about her, just like he does that cadet, you know, in that little meeting they had, who was like, I can't do this. Yeah.
Exactly.
He also like gets up close and personal to her here and whispers, don't trust a single person who faces you on this mat. So, oh yeah, and she realizes that it's like, he's obviously telling her this as a lesson, right?
Yeah, like he actually is teaching her. Like
Yeah.
that is actually his purpose of this. Even though I felt like when he said that, he was just fucking with Dane. But he, like, actually teaching.
Yep, exactly. So he's, like, taking these daggers off and dropping them and kicking them away over to where Dane stands, of course.
I was like, wow, he wasn't lying about her having enough, like, for the both of them.
He's just taking them.
Keeps on taking them. There's so many daggers.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and he's doing this all just using himself, like there's no powers. He's not using any of his shadows here,
Nope.
right? This is just him.
This
so
is just fighting powers without even using his, like, bonded powers.
Right.
It's just regular strength and fighting skills.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is just more proof that that she has an unlimited supply of daggers, basically, because after he kicks away, like, 4 daggers, it's like, I only have 5 left. I'm like, damn! That's so many!
Yeah, I mean, it's several things happen here.
Yeah.
But, you know, she keeps trying and he keeps avoiding her punches and avoiding this and avoiding that and getting her, you know, into a hold, and, you know, she drops another dagger, and it's just like it keeps going, right? He leans closer at one point and says, taking out your enemy before the battle is really smart. I'll give that to you. So that's his line to her, that, like, I know that you're poisoning them, right?
Yeah. And even though he, like, straight up says it later.
Oh, yeah.
I think he does say it better later, but maybe not. Either way, I'm like, there you go. I called it. That's why he's doing this, because, like, that is smart, but it's not going to work every time, as was just proven.
I mean, like he even says here, you're not testing yourself in here. You're not going to get any better if you don't also test yourself. So he's kind of saying, while that's smart, it's not the best idea.
Yeah, it's not going to work every time. You need to actually fight.
Right. And she's like, you'd rather I die, no doubt.
I know. For someone who's so smart, she's being really dumb. Like, he's going out of his way to teach you and be whatever his version of nice is to you. And you're just, like, egging him on, like, you just want me dead. Shut up, Violet.
I know.
Oh
She's like, is she hoping to manifest this by saying it so many times?
She's just being so stubborn.
Oh my God. He like offers his hand. She doesn't take it. You know, I mean, he just said, don't trust anybody and all that. But then at one point here, like she doesn't think at all. She just kicks him in the back of his knees and he actually goes down, which I think is her first getting him in some way, right?
And here is where a little theory was born, because I was like, she doesn't think, she just acts, and that's when she's able to bring him down. Isn't that interesting? Maybe there's mind reading here. I'm still on the train that someone somewhere is going to be a mind reader. So I'm just, every time I think of anyone maybe reading minds, I'm like, that.
Oh, so you're saying that because she didn't think and she just acted.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
That
so like he couldn't read her mind. I got it. First, I wasn't sure which way you were saying.
I know we already know his power, and it was already like proven that that's what his power was. But I just found it interesting because I'm on the lookout for anyone.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, cool. So we have this line, his forearm rests against my throat, not cutting off air, but definitely capable of it. And his hips have mine pinned. I mean, we're getting definitely into something here. My leg's useless on either side of his, and he lies heavily between my thighs.
I said Imogen must be losing her fucking mind.
Like, I get that you can totally fight and not have sexual tension. There's no way at this point in time there's not sexual tension.
I know.
It's impossible. She was like jealous too, you know, like in the before they even started fighting.
I know.
Anyways, so she says, I can't let him win. I slip one of my last daggers free and go for his shoulder, but he grabs her wrist, pins it above her head. Another great move.
Yeah. I mean, anyone looking at them must see, like, what's going on here is so... There's a whole group of people, and they're whispering to each other.
They are whispering.
they're holding hands in a second. I'm like...
I mean, his face is so close, his lips are inches away from hers. And then, I love this, she says, beautiful fucking asshole.
Yeah. She's losing it.
And, like, insult him without mentioning the fact that he's beautiful.
I know. They know, like, there's a whole audience here.
So I want to be in the audience, and I want to hear what everyone's saying. Like, what is everyone saying? What are they thinking?
No subtlety. Like,
no subtlety.
None.
I like how she's, like, telling herself she's not attracted to toxic men.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, keep trying.
Yeah, I was like, you need to be honest with yourself here.
Yep. And then he tells her she's tiny. I mean, is that helpful? Is that helpful advice? You're tiny? No. But his advice is to stop going for bigger moves and expose. Like he's saying, you're tiny. Use the fact that you're tiny.
Yeah.
So that I guess in the end it's a point, but it's just such a funny one line. Like you're tiny. Like, oh Jesus, thanks.
I'm well aware.
Yeah. He gives her some advice. The kidneys are good at this angle and all this stuff. And then he leads their hands to his waist. Sorry.
There's still people everywhere.
They're all watching. And he gives her more advice. And he's like telling her, you know, where the fatal wounds are, which she mentions that she avoids at all costs because she's
trying not to
kill people, obviously.
But I'm like, at all costs, like even the cost of your own life. Anyways, I guess we'll see.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see if she ever kills anyone ever. But I'm like, come on.
I mean, it is interesting if you think about it. She was being raised to be a scribe. This is definitely new. Violence is new to violence. So it's interesting. Okay, good. So he gives her all this advice. You know, that's what he's doing. He's actually really trying to help her. And then Dane, in the middle of this, barks out, I think she's been taught enough for the day. Dane.
I'm like, look at, yeah.
Dane. And then Xaden points out the very important thing. Is he always that overprotective? And she says, he cares about me. Yes. And then Xaden says, he's holding you back.
Yes,
and I'm like, yes.
Yes, he is.
And this is where he says, your little poisoning secret is safe with me. How nice.
Yep. Only really because she also has a secret. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. He's still holding her hand. He guides our hands back to my ribs and slides the sheath back in.
Unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Not only is she in denial about her feelings, but she also, like, There's a line where he literally says, "Defenseless women have never been my type," and I'm like, Violet, he's flirting with you, like, but like
100%.
not even subtly. What is your problem? She's in too.
Why is she missing it?
She's so deep in the denial. She doesn't even know what's going on.
It's amazing. Anyways, Xaden yells out to Dane. I love it. He says she could use a little less protection and a little more instruction.
I know. And I was like, wow, he's actually being nice. Like, that was him actually just being nice.
Right.
Yeah. Even though he's yelling at someone.
For sure. And it's
yeah.
Dane, because, you know.
Yep.
Okay, so we are done with that section. Did you have any more notes on that challenge?
I'm just thinking, like, what is the feedback going to be when he has his next little meeting? And they're going to be like, why didn't you fucking kill it? What was that?
The story we need to hear, right? The background story of what's happening with the rest of the, what do they call them?
Rebellion kids.
They call them another name.
They have relic marks.
The guys with the relics, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So now she's in Dane's room, a little bit later, and he's like giving her a massage. I mean, gosh, she goes from one guy to the next. Anyways, he's giving her a massage, and of course, he's lecturing her. So he's like saying, you know, I'm surprised to let you live, and they're just going back and forth about, you know, why Xaden didn't kill her at that moment, because she still thinks he's gonna kill her.
Oh,
like she's still convinced of it.
So dense. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's this line that I was confused what meaning it was.
Yeah.
Because it just says, Rhiannon drilled me for another 2 hours after dinner. I was barely able to move by the end of it. Guess I wasn't the only one Xaden scared this afternoon. So my question was, does this mean that Xaden scared Rhiannon into helping her more? Or that Rhiannon got scared by doing the challenges? No, because there's been like 6 weeks or 5 weeks of challenges or whatever. So maybe it's Rhiannon got scared on her behalf.
That's what I'm wondering.
Just like Dane got scared on her behalf by watching her get so taken down.
Maybe. Maybe, yeah, because Rhiannon's helping her out now on the sparring thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so maybe that's what she means. Maybe she means that Rhiannon also was a little scared about the fact that she wasn't.
Yeah, it just feels like it would have been worded differently. Guess I wasn't the only one Xaden scared this afternoon.
It is weird.
I don't know. I like to believe that he just cornered Rhiannon and was like, drill her better. don't drill her.
I don't know why he would pick Rhiannon specifically, just because they're friends.
He knows that they're friends.
Yeah, that's true.
And he might even know that she's helping. I mean,
maybe.
He's their squad leader. Or sorry, he's their wing leader.
Yeah, but he's got a whole bunch of sections and squads under him.
But he has quite the interest in violence.
That's very true. He's paying attention. Yeah. It's a weird line. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, Dane and her go on. They're talking about like the fact that Xaden is like the fact that he's bonded with Sigale. They're kind of saying that they don't think he could be actually plotting. He could be actually a traitor to Navarre because Sigale would know, right? And like Dane's saying, yeah, no, nobody was going to bond with him if he was actually going to take down Navarre because, you know, they're protecting Navarre. Yeah.
I had 40 questions.
Oh, wow.
But I only wrote down like 5. But what? So, okay, because if that's true, then why is anyone worried that these guys are going to betray Navarre after they've been bonded? Like, maybe first years they can be, like, scared. But once these rebellion kids have been bonded, wouldn't that be, like, proof that they're not plotting against their country?
I mean that based off of what Dane's saying here, that would make sense.
So why is everyone still being so weird about them? And by everyone, I mean the authorities in charge. And the answer to my own question is they suck, probably. But I was like, okay, that seems illogical. And then also, what about the dragons that the Separatists used? Or did they not have any dragons? Were they all unbonded people? Because in my, like, imagination, there was dragon versus dragon in that battle, but I guess they haven't said that explicitly, although I still got the impression that Xaden's dragon used to be his dad's dragon.
Interesting.
So, why? I mean, I guess once you're bonded, but wouldn't the dragon just be like, oh, you're attacking our country, we're just gonna kill you. I don't care if we're bonded. Or maybe they can't kill you once you're bonded.
I mean, these are very good questions.
Oh, so many. Also, could this mean that the Separatists actually don't have bad intentions because whatever their way of thinking was actually correct? And then it would make every other question make more sense. Like, that's the truth, because then it would be like, well, they did have dragons, and the dragons weren't against them because they knew what they were thinking, and they knew that they were right, but then the dragons on the other side didn't know what they were thinking and didn't know they were right, so then they were also fighting them.
I think I followed all that.
But I'm just like, and also that could mean, if that's the case, that the dragons agree with whatever philosophy they had that made them get into this war or battle or whatever. Maybe then Xaden and his people are kind of still pursuing that, but the dragons would still bond with them because they're not doing anything bad. So it doesn't mean that they haven't completely given up on their goal of whatever the Separatists' goal was. In this made-up theory that I assumed a lot of things in.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was my poker face?
That's pretty good.
Awesome.
I also just try not to look at you too much.
Well, those were very good questions and notes. All right.
Yeah.
So anyways, to continue from that point, he's talking about how Kath is like in his head all the time. And she was like, finding that interesting. Like, oh, the dragons are always in your head. And he's like, yeah. It's kind of cute. That's his smile softening. He obviously likes his dragons. Kind of cute.
Yeah. And also, she said that he wasn't supposed to be talking about these things. But then when she asks him, he tells her. Like, it says right before that line.
Oh, it's against the rules to ask.
So apparently, he'll bend the rules for her all he fucking wants.
That's an interesting thing, because he's also was telling her about his signet, like his classified signet right from the beginning. So yeah, he doesn't have, I guess, I don't know. He doesn't have all rules maybe that he has to follow. I'm not sure. Okay. So
I just think he's like plot convenience. You know what I mean? He's just a plot convenience to get you through the beginning, and then we just get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
And get with Xaden, and so it's fine. But I'm like, there's holes in his character, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. So here he gets into the sticky subject. He brings up Colonel Markham, who's the scribe leader, or whatever you want to call it, over the scribe quadrant.
Yeah.
And brings up how everybody's trying to kill her, and that like there was dead flowers, specifically violets.
Yeah, she's like, they're just flowers.
He's like, they're mutilated violets.
That could not be clearer. She's like, there wasn't a note. Violet, come on.
This is denial.
I think she might just be placating him. Like, I think
she
is actually, she got the message and maybe she was a little frightened, but she's not going to admit that to him.
Yeah, she's like trying to brush it off, saying every cadet gets threatened and everything. But then he brings up that not every cadet has to wrap their knees every day, which is kind of a low blow. Come on, Dane. Like, do we have to bring up her body? Anyways, then he brings up that Markham will still take her. And she's like, what the...
Yeah, I mean, I called it. I called this being the thing that she would really get upset at him for, that would drive them apart. I'm not happy about it, because I don't think he's a bad person. But I'm like, you need to stop.
Right.
You need to listen to her. And he's like sad and like definitely loves her or whatever, but he just needs to back off.
Yeah. Is this the kind of love that she needs?
No.
No.
Not the kind that brings you down.
That's right. Yeah, she's really upset that he went behind her back. She like gives him a whole little lecture here. And is upset about it, and then like, feels like he's basically saying she can't make it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and she is offended because she is doing well. And this is exactly what I said. Like, the better she does, the longer she survives, the more and more upset she's going to be that he's still not believing in her.
Right. In the beginning, it made sense, right?
Yeah,
like, now
she was like, terrified too and stuff.
She just like beat every one of her challenges because she poisoned them, but still, she's smart, Yeah.
Really.
Oh, yeah, she says that, right? She says, I survived almost 2 months in this place.
Yeah. And the threshing is in October, and as we discussed, it must only be like late July, early August in the beginning of the book.
Although it's been a couple months now, so now we're getting closer.
We're getting close.
We're getting close.
I'm so excited. Anyways.
Okay, yeah. He brings up threshing, speaking of threshing, saying that these first years are going to be thrown in with all these dragons, and while like the second years and third years are watching or whatever, like they can't do anything about anything the first years want to do at that time. Like they can basically take anybody out, right? And they just have to watch. And he's kind of like, I would have to watch. Like that terrifies him.
Just close your eyes. Who holds them open?
Brianna.
No, I get it. He is very upset about this, and he definitely does, like, make her see more where he's coming from.
Yeah, his concern and kind of terror for her here does kind of calm her down a little bit. And he basically gets her to agree to just think about it in regards to Markham.
But also, all he's really succeeding at is making her scared.
Right, and
how is that going to help her?
Yeah.
I mean, it will help her if he's in his goal.
Yeah.
Which is get her out.
Yeah.
But still...
Yeah, but even, and we already discussed this, even if he gets her out, is she not just going to get turned around and shoved back in?
Well, he says he has a plan for that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He says that Markham said that he won't tell her mom. And by the time she finds out, she'll already be a second-year scribe and she won't be able to do anything. But, whatever. I'm just thinking, you know what? Being here by choice will just make her stronger and more determined. So this is a great opportunity to be able to turn down, so that she can then be there by choice.
Yeah, it's true.
But also, it's going to ruin their relationship, so that's depressing. But yay for Xaden!
Depends on how you look at it.
He'll be happy because he, clearly likes her.
Yeah. Yeah, and that ends the chapter. We end the chapter with that sort of kind of depressing note of like, okay, fine, I'll think about it.
Yeah. But she says she's just saying that to placate him, basically. Because she says, this is my way out. Yet I don't want to take it. So then saying, like, I'll think about it is just because she doesn't want to just say no because he's being sweet because he's being whatever.
Sweet. She mentions his hope and the tender way he holds her. Anyways. Yeah. I mean, you did a pretty good job with that prediction. You called it.
Yeah, I called it so early, too. Yeah. But I think, it's definitely a classic. I thought it was, like, my top of 3 theories of why her and Dane wouldn't end up together, but it was also like Dane dying was one of them and Dane being called to service. So, those 2 things could also still happen. It could be all 3, but this is definitely the first crack in their relationship. And then after taking more and more of Xaden's advice, and she's gonna take less and less of his, and then it's just...
We'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
So excited. So you're going to read chapters 10 and 11 next.
Yes.
Good. And that's what we're going to obviously cover for our next episode.
Yes, that's right. So cool. Thanks for joining us today. This was awesome. Actually shorter than I expected it to be, mostly because I had like a whole page of questions that you could answer. So
that's right. We couldn't do any discussion on all those questions.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thanks for listening.
Next episode, once again, we'll cover chapters 10 and 11.
Yes. Join us next time, writers.
Bye.